Hiya, this is Netty and welcome back to another episode of Sqaishey's Castle. So today is the day we've been waiting for. We are getting our brand new objective. So Sqaishey has sent me a little video and we're going to watch it together to find out what it is we're going to be doing. So if you don't know how this series works, Sqaishey and I are building each other a castle. We both gave each other an objective right at the start, which is kind of themed our builds, I guess. Like for example, Sqaishey gave me the objective that it has to be in the jungle. I gave her the objective that it has to be suitable for the Queen of Hearts. So now we're moving on from this and getting our brand new objective. So this is super exciting. Hopefully it's not something that changes everything too much. Let's see what it is.
Hello Netty, I hope you've been getting on well with your first build objective, which was to be building in the jungle. Your second objective is to build it in space, so it will be some kind of space jungle. Have fun with that one. Goodbye.
Oh dear. Okay, so that changes things quite a lot. Oh my gosh, how are we gonna do this? Right, let's get into building then. So I think this is probably the biggest build I have ever done. So my initial thought was, is there any way we can lift the castle and have it in the air, have the water dropping down and things like that? But as I thought about it, the more I thought, no, no, that is far too much. Like we can't lift a whole castle without using something like World Edit or something like that. So what I have decided to go for is, if you imagine like a black, kind of almost like a circus tent, but not a circus tent, just like a backdrop, but with a roof. And so that's what we're doing. So we're doing the black wall backdrop. This build took me a long time, so I have put the timers in so you know. So coming up now, that is the 1 hour mark of, so this is how much I achieved in 1 hour. So we're doing this black backdrop, but then we're going to add like stars and planets. I want like a rocket like flying over the top of the castle. But I'm not sure how much we'll get done really, only because this is a bigger build than you will think. You've got to understand how many blocks are being placed right now. It doesn't look that impressive. Oh, 2 hour mark. This is 2 hours. So you're kind of getting a rough idea of like how long it is all kind of taken and how little we've actually achieved so far. But it's so many blocks, guys. Like you've got no idea. We will get some of the planets done so you guys can see. Obviously, this video is quite short, but that is because a large amount of the recording, 3 hour mark, a large amount of the recording is just placing black wool. And so there's only so much black wool placing that you can kind of watch before it's just like, this is just more and more black wool. But it's kind of, you can kind of see it coming together. You can see the kind of shape I'm going for and what I'm trying to achieve. But this seriously is one of the biggest things I have ever done. I think this is kind of quite a hard objective. Hopefully the next one is going to be a little bit easier. In 5 episodes time we get the new one. So this has kind of taken us away from actually building on our castle and completely changing the whole thing. So we've still got quite a lot to get done. This is what I'm using for one of the planets. I want it to kind of like glow a little bit. So we're having this here. Oh, we've got another hour mark just coming up in 3, 2, 1. 4 hours. We've hit the 4 hour mark there, guys. So by this time I'm tired. I'm feeling stressed. It's been a long day. I have to admit, I did it over, I think it was like 3 days. I came back and forth and like did different bits of it. I also sat watching Gilmore Girls the whole time. I had like Gilmore Girls playing, sat watching, like building at the same time. The bloomin' rain in this forest as well. I swear it just rains constantly. But now you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like. Obviously that's just one planet for now. This is what we're having as like the little bit stars, just so it gives like a little bit of a glow. So I'm kind of imagining like, you know, when if you're on stage or if you're getting a professional photo and they have a black curtain with little fairy lights in it. That's kind of what I was imagining when I kind of started doing this. I've changed up my tactics now here, guys. I was making like squares and then filling in the squares. So it's kind of like I had set areas to do just so it wasn't just a massive blank canvas. Oh, we've got another mark coming up. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 hours. There we go. I counted down like way too quickly then. But yeah, so this was like my new tactic of kind of doing squares and fitting it in. And so then you could kind of see it a bit more as like what it was going to be. And it was almost like giving myself like little rewards. Like once you get this square done, then you can go and get a drink kind of thing. It was kind of like that was my thing. Or like if I needed the loo, it was like, okay, like we'll get a couple more squares done and then we'll go to the toilet. Well, they're not squares, they're more rectangular kind of thing. Oh, the other thing, bloomin' Enderman coming and taking the blocks. It was so frustrating. Every now and then you see like a hole and it's like, I didn't miss that hole. That's an Enderman, but you can kind of see it a lot more now. Oh, this is another mark coming up. 6 hours. This is 6 hours of building now, guys. I did keep an eye on the time, like, because where obviously I did it over a few recordings, I would kind of go, as I saved it, I would sort of say how long it had been, just so I could like let you guys know, like, just because I feel like it looks as though we haven't achieved very much, but I didn't want you to think like oh, 7 hours, 7 hours now, 7 hours. It's coming together. It's coming together though. You can see the shape of it now. You can see what it's like with some of the planets. I personally think it's really, really cool. But yeah, I think we're actually almost done on the black. Yeah, look, we've done it. That's it. That's all the black done. So now it's just adding the stars and the planets. We're going to add another planet in now. Add a few more stars just to make it look all beautiful and nice and sparkly and fancy. You have no idea how satisfying it was placing that final black wool. The final black wool. But I think it's starting to look pretty cool. Like, I've got to admit, this is one of the builds that I'm actually kind of quite proud of myself for it, even though it's not anything that fancy, it's not anything that impressive, but it's something that took me a long time. 8-hour mark, 8-hour mark. I wasn't even paying attention then. So that is the 8-hour mark now. I'm sat here like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. But no, I've almost finished the whole season of Gilmore Girls now, including even the one they did like a year after or something. So this was some serious building, guys, some serious building. So this is kind of a bit more of like a lapis-y one, but I want this to be like blue and pink. I'm gonna have some glass so it glows from the inside, and I want like a kind of a ring around it. But yeah, we will be adding more planets. We're not going to be doing loads today. Obviously, this is after already 8 hours. I just wanted to get some of the planets done, just so you guys can kind of see a little bit of like what I'm visualizing, rather than just kind of taking my word for what I'm planning. I just realized I keep going really short in my camera. But yeah, so this is the kind of blue and pink one. They're not based on real planets or anything like that. They're just kind of me just kind of like working out. I want one kind of like coming down from like high up as well. But I definitely want to do the rocket. And I want the rocket like just in the air, just like sort of floating, which I think will be really cool. So I guess now all that's need to be done is we're going to have a proper look around at what we've done. Oh wait, was that a hole up in the... Could you see those holes then? I don't... Bloomin' Enderman! Enderman! I hate them. Yeah, so Endermen have always been my favourite mob in Minecraft. Now, since I've been getting into building, they are my least favourite. They take blocks away. I wonder if there's any more missing now. No, it doesn't seem so. So this is what we have achieved. It is now a castle, which is in a jungle, very clearly, which is in space. I don't know whether or not it should come out further. Like, I don't know whether it should come out to about here. That's something I'm going to think about. I'm not too sure. I kind of quite like that it's kind of behind a little bit. I don't think it needs to wrap all the way around. Yeah, I'm kind of undecided on that. So this is it at daytime anyway. I think it's pretty cool. We've got like the stars, we've got 2 planets. I want like another planet coming down, like maybe dangling down like a few blocks away from there, so it'll be round about here. And then I want a rocket as if it's like flying over the top of the castle. I don't know whether to do the rocket kind of a bit more after we've kind of finished the castle a bit more, because obviously we don't know how high up it's going to go yet. Oh look, the tree's sort of growing into here. That's quite funny. Let's check on the horses. How are you guys doing? They seem to be doing all right. Wait! Oh, I thought there was one missing then. I genuinely thought we had a horse missing. But yeah, I hope you guys like what we have done. It was a long time. I mean, obviously I only did it up to the 8-hour mark, but I think overall I think it was like 8 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. But it didn't hit another hour. So it was almost 9 hours of building. I want to show you it from the back, because I think from the back that kind of shows the size of it that bit more. Because look how big the jungle trees are. Like, look at the size of this. Like, how many bits of wall I have placed in the last few days. Like, it really is like a big bit. Like, this is the biggest thing I think I've ever done. Like, even though it kind of seems like it's quite simple. But, I mean, look, like, compared to the size of the jungle. Like, let's go a bit further back. Like, I feel like I'm bragging right now, but I kind of am. I kind of am. And I feel like I should be allowed that. Oh no, we've lost it. How have we lost a massive bit? Oh, there it is. Look. Look at the size of it in the jungle. Like, I just think that's ridiculous. That is some serious building there. Some serious building. And it does actually go... Ooh, this makes my tummy go funny. It fully goes down to underwater as well. It doesn't... I kind of did it around the natural placing of the blocks and stuff, so it is literally completely covered, and we can kind of fly around it in here. Should we have a look at it at night time, just because then you can see it glow that bit more? So time, set, night. Can you imagine doing this in blooming survival? It would just never happen, would it? But yeah, so this is it at night time, so it's kind of glowing a little bit. It kind of, so the whole jungle bit in here is like a little bit lit up. I'm quite pleased. I'm kind of quite pleased with this one. So guys, if you've got any suggestions for the rest of the builds, we need to start working on the list of things that we need to do. Because obviously this was such a big task. It's kind of taken away from actually like achieving anything on the actual castle itself. We need to fix the trap door. I've not done that yet. I've got so much to get done. Like the list, it's endless at the moment. We've got so much to get ticked off, so I'm going to start trying to get a few things done per episode. We'll speed things up a little bit now, I think. But anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye.